guys, Bingocat here, and today I'm bringing you guys my own City Skylines traffic tutorial. Now for those of you who have never heard of City Skylines, it's a city simulation game, and so like all cities and all towns, there's also traffic. So as you can see, this is a brand new city, just a little square right here, and I'm going to show you guys in my opinion, the best way to avoid traffic problems. Okay, so first of all, highways. As you can see, there's already a highway connection over here. Highways are suitable for long distance travel, and so you're going to want definitely a good connection to highways, and you're going to want plenty of on-ramps and off-ramps to the highways. So let me just go ahead and build my first city connection. Now, my recommendation is to definitely build highway interchanges to be highly expandable in the future. So I'm going to build my first interchange because I want this highway to run through and to the end of my city eventually. So I'm just going to build this right here, and I'm going to build the other side of the highway right here. Now, what is the best kind of interchange configuration to build, you may ask? For right now, I just start off with a nice simple 2-lane road because there's going to be a lot of people exiting and entering your highway. So for right now, let's say I wanted to start right here, I would build a 2-lane road either over the highway or under the highway, it doesn't matter which. And then I would go ahead and just build a simple diamond interchange. My opinion, simplicity is the best, but you guys can build whatever interchange you desire. As you can see, this is a simple diamond interchange right here. Now, besides the highway, you may ask, what kind of roads to use for the rest of your city? Now, I downloaded a DLC called Network Extensions that adds all sorts of roads to the games. The base game only gives you 2-lane, 4-lane, and even 6-lane roads and highways. However, this also adds 1-lane roads, alleyways, 4-lane regular roads instead of, I guess, what they call medium roads, and then like a 3-way road, a 4-way road, a road with a center turn lane, then roads with bus lanes on them, roads with pedestrian lanes on them, roads with white, what do you call them, lines in the middle, then roads with bus/taxi lanes, and then there's also roads with tram tracks, and then there's highways with 1-lane, 2-lane, 3-lane, 4-lane, 5-way, 6-way, etc, etc, etc. So besides the highway I recommend using to connect long areas to another. Like if you have an industrial zone right here where my cursor is, and then a residential zone right here, you don't need a highway for that. You can just get by with using local 1-lane, 2-lane roads, whatever. But besides that, and as far as the number of lanes on the highway goes, I recommend at least 2 lanes going each direction because once again, your citizens are going to be traveling long distances, if not 3. I'd probably go with a minimum of 3, but you could always start out with 2 and upgrade to 3 in the future. That's why I said leave room for expansion. So now let's get to the local roads, shall we? Now, like I was talking about, there's 2-lane, 3-lane, 4 lanes. What I recommend doing for a city to function best traffic-wise is I recommend designing your city in a grid design. It's easiest for expansion that way, and it takes a load off of every other road if you just do a simple grid design. Like if you, like this, for example. See, your citizens can get everywhere easily. However, at the beginning of your highway, I would definitely recommend widening it to maybe a wider road because everyone's probably going to be coming here to enter and exit the highway. Now, let's say though you wanted to be fancy and you wanted to design a road more like, like this. You wanted to be fancy and have cul-de-sacs or circles in your road or, stuff like that. My recommendation, don't do that if you want your city to function best traffic-wise, but if you do that, make sure to have a main road that your citizens can exit on that's nice and wide, because all your citizens are going to be converging in one place. these are I guess what they called arterial or local roads. No, these would be called collector roads, where the main road would be called arterial road in real life. So you'd want to make that road, if that was the case, you'd want to make it nice and wide, at least 2 lanes on each side. So let's go ahead and upgrade all this. Now, as far as making your main road curved, you can do that, but once again, it's not the best traffic-wise. And the thing I recommend about your main road is, if it's connecting 2 places together, like let's say it's connecting an industrial zone to a traffic zone, you're going to want to make it nice and wide. If it's just a local road though, it's okay if you just leave it, you know, nice and narrow like this. Like, this isn't going to extend beyond this line for now, so there's no need to make it nice and wide, even if all these houses are lining the side here. Let's see, what else? I'll just go ahead and design some houses for you guys. They're probably going to want power too, and water, and commercial zone, and let's throw in some offices, and on the other side of the highway, let's throw in industrial with its own power and its own water. Yeah, this is just, you see the houses are being built right now. So yeah, the way this would work, like in this current setup, is that everyone, if they wanted to get out of the city, they would take the highway, aka long distance. But if they want to get around inside the city, they just try and get onto the arterial or main road right here. And this just links both sides of the city or town, I guess, together. Now, what I like about nice simple traffic configurations is that if you want to do an upgrade, it's really easy. Like, let's say I want to upgrade this to 3 lanes. All you have to do is this. Voila. Even if you want to upgrade a side road like this to multiple lanes, once again, really easy. If you have a bunch of curvy roads, like a lot of newer towns in the world do, it's a lot harder to upgrade because the roads are going everywhere and it's hard to figure out which road needs upgrading and blah 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 blah. So that's why I recommend sticking to a traditional grid design. Oh, they need water now. And once again, I also want to mention that traditional grid design is also probably cheapest, because since your citizens will be all distributed and using all the roads about the same, you only really have to build these types of narrow roads. You shouldn't have to worry about these that much. If you have a more curvy design, you're probably going to have to worry about building wider roads more of the time, therefore causing more money to be lost. Anything else? Oh, they need sewage. Where do you build a water treatment around here? Ah, that's not gonna reach. There we go. Let's see. Besides traditional modes of transportation, I also recommend building, definitely beef up your public transportation. Like, bus lines are a pain to manage, but if you have one super big important part of your city right here, and you have one super big important part right here, you can reduce additional traffic congestions on roads by just placing a bus depot and bus stations and trains. Definitely use your, these are trams. I think I'd skip building trams because the train lines tend to go along roads. Like, well, tram lines can go along roads, but yeah, I think I'd just skip trams personally. Subways or metros, I would recommend using them only in very large cities with skyscrapers. Otherwise, it's a huge money pit, and your citizens probably won't use them. But trains, I would definitely recommend using trains. Trains, once again, are suitable more for long distance travel, but yeah, trains will definitely take the traffic load off your roads and highways. Let's see, ships. As you can see, a harbor is definitely useful, but it's only really useful if you want tourists to come to your city. And then this is just a cargo harbor and cargo hub, which I do recommend building if you have an industrial zone. And then airplanes, these are pretty much a huge money pit unless you have a really large city or want to attract tourists. But other than that, they're a money pit and cost a lot of money to build. Now taxis, on the other hand, are worth it. Your citizens will love taxis and will take them, and you don't have to worry about, you know, routes for them or anything like that. You just build the taxi station and your citizens will use it. So yeah, that about covers the basics as far as traffic and city skylines go. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time.
We'll be right back.